So this one is our session number 3 for spherical trigonometry. Session number 1, just we seen introduction or prerequisite of a spherical. Some definitions we seen, where we seen what is a great circle, then how many components are there, triangle, and each component is given in terms of theta only. Okay, that is in degree or radian there. Last session that we started about a spherical triangle, where we seen whenever the case is there, all three sides given or two sides and included angle is given, it's better to use a cosine rule and we can solve that problem. Alternative way is there, that about Haber-Sine formula also. Now come to the case 3 here. The case 3 is if one component is missing from the pair of angles and sides. So we are given a pair. Out of these pairs, let I show you here. So you'll observe the pair is of this angle and opposite side, this angle and opposite side. So here we have two pairs of angles and the side, okay, opposite side. So out of that pairs, if one of the component is missing, yes, we can use a sine rule, because sine rule formula involves only these quantities there. Okay, so provided suppose this two angles given and one side is given, and we have to find out one side, other side there, or we may given two sides and one angle, and we have to find out that angle there. So in both these cases, yeah, we can use the sine rule. Yes, can anyone tell me the sine rule for these four sides? Sorry, these four components. What is the sine rule?
A upon sin A is equal
Sine
to B
A
upon
by
sin B.
B.
A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B. Is that is the sine rule?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, we'll check it, because let me see, the rule is not correct. So this is sine of angle upon sine of side there. Okay, that is the rule. It is not just A upon sine A there. The sine formula is sine of capital A upon sine of small a is equal to sine of capital B upon sine B, or reverse also. You can take small ab on the numerator and capital AB in the denominator. Is that clear? So this is a formula that you have to remember. This is the formula which is of a sine rule that you should remember. This formula is important now. Now, obviously, whenever we have a sine function, we have two angles there. Two angles when we take a sine inverse there. So always there is ambiguity. Ambiguity occurred by that sine function. But that ambiguity we can solve it by this property of the triangle. That is, greater side should have the greater angle. Greater side must have a greater angle opposite to it. So that is a property you should mention, and you should write that correct angle there. Already we discussed about it, that how that sine inverse have two angles. Let I show you here also. Uh, suppose we are interested to take sine inverse. Okay, the same value I will take it here first. Sine inverse of 0.5. Yes, can you tell me what should be the answer? Sine inverse of 0.5, quick.
5/6.
5 by 6, or it is a 30 degree, is it? But that is not only the answer. Okay, you can see there is one more answer, and that can be written as 180 minus 30, is it? That means sine inverse of 0.5 is a 30 degree or 150 degree. Remember, whenever you take a sine inverse, you will get one acute angle and one obtuse angle. One acute angle and one obtuse angle, and we have to select one of that angle only, either acute or obtuse, depending on situation. Okay, which angle suits to our problem, that gives us the answer. So you know sine 30 is a 0.5, as well as sine 150 is also 1.5. So another angle, always you can take this property, pi minus theta. One is a theta, other is pi minus theta. Similarly, suppose I want this sine inverse of 0.86. Yes, anyone? Sine inverse of 0.86 is You can keep a calculator always with you if you have the issues.
59 degrees.
Okay, 59 degree. Okay, so 59 point something probably. Let I check.
3165.
59.31.
Shift. Okay, sine inverse of 0.86, and the answer is 59.32 degree. 59.32 degree. But this is not only the answer, as we discussed. Another angle is there, 180 minus. Okay, so
120.6.
yes, 120.6 8. Okay, 120.68 degree. 120.68 degree. So you'll observe for each sine inverse there is a theta and pi minus theta, and we have to select that proper angle. That is the ambiguity only that occurred, and this ambiguity we solve by this this property only. Greater side must have the greater angle. Greater side must have the greater angle, and generally it is said avoid as much as possible this sine rule to avoid that ambiguity only. But I will tell you, this ambiguity is not so difficult to solve, so you can use a sine rule. That's not a problem, and you can solve and you can get the answer. You will get a full marks there. Okay, but yes, if you are not interested to create such ambiguity of two angles, you can use a Haber-Sine formula. Okay, Haber-Sine formula also can be used. uh, so we'll move to the questions here. It becomes more clear. So next slide here, the question number 1 on sine formula here. You will observe, first of all, see which thing were given here. So first of all, in a triangle PQR, two sides given, small p and small q are sides, where capital P is angle and capital Q we have to find out. So just draw a rough triangle first. In that rough triangle, we are given capital P, small q, and here is a small r, but we don't have to find out that small r. Our aim is to get capital Q only. You will observe out of these four, the two pairs, like this angle side and angle side, only one angle is missing. So we can use a sine rule. Tell me the sine formula for this diagram.
Sir,
Sine capital
sin
Q by
capital Q
sine small
by
p
Okay.
is equal
sin
to sine
54.
capital P is equal by
Okay, good.
sine small p.
Good, very good. So you can take capital P on the numerator or small p in the numerator. Choice is yours. But yes, sine capital P upon sine P is equal to sine of capital Q upon sine Q. Okay, so that's the formula. Rearrange the formula for sine of capital Q, replace the angles, use a calculator, and you will get the answer. Let me do it step by step. So step number 1, by sine rule. This is the sine formula first. Sine of capital P upon sine of small p, and that's sine of capital Q upon sine. Hello? Yes, yes. Is anyone have a doubt here? No. Okay.
No, sir.
No. Okay. So the next here, this is this formula just
Yes, sir.
rearranged for sine q, okay, sine of capital Q.
So,
Yes.
sin Q by sin 54 degree
Hmm. Hmm.
is equal to sin 39 degree by sin 67 degree.
Okay, that's correct. That's correct. So that way also you can proceed, and just sine q. Now you have to use a calculator, replace these values, take a multiplication, and you'll get sine q equal to 0.553099. Okay. So right now I am doing the calculation up to you can observe near about 6 decimal places. So the more decimal places you will take, it will the accuracy will increase. But yes, 6 are more than enough. Okay, no need to write eight decimals there. So actually, even though you take 4 decimals, then also accuracy is good there. But if you want more accurate answer, write a 6 decimal. It doesn't harm. So Q becomes sine inverse now. Okay. So Q becomes sine inverse of this. Yes, which are the angles now? Yes, 33.58 degree. That's a given by, I think, Chirag given the answer. Anyone else? What are the angle? So you're right. Yes, correct, Ankit. So both of you are giving me similar. So sine inverse gives us one angle, but why we are writing two there? We already know for sine theta there are two or there are two thetas for sine function in the range 0 to 180 degree. So one is a theta and another is a pi minus theta. So the two angles should we write. The first angle is 33 degree 34.8 minute, or 180 minus 33 minus 30.8. So that is nothing but we have 33 degree 34.8 minute, or 146 degree 25.2 minute. Okay, any doubt? Anyone have the doubt up to here, how we got these values of q? Is there a doubt?
No, sir.
No. Okay, now can you guess which should be the correct answer? We got two angles for capital Q, and what should be the correct answer? Whether 33 degree should be the answer or 146 degree should be the answer?
33 degree.
33 degree. Why 33 degree?
Because sir, a small q have a small angle. That's why.
Small angle. Okay. Now just don't focus only on small angle. Means small means it is less than 90. You have to compare. There are one pair of angle and side there. Okay. So for 67 degree, side, we have 39 degree angle. So for 54 degree, we should have less than 39 only, because we have greater side should have the greater angle. So this is a greater side which should have a greater angle. So whatever this angle should be less than 39. Is it? Because this side is a less than this side there. So 33 is a correct answer, and it is because of the property that greater side should have the greater angle. So we should write that correct answer. Therefore, this ambiguity is solved by greater side must have a greater angle opposite to it, and we should have that Q then, that we have sides written 67 degree side have 39 angle. So Q is a 54, which is a smaller than small p. So that capital Q should be less than 39, and we should have that answer. That is 33 degree 34.8 minute, and that's the end of the question then. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is
Sir?
yes.
So just a small doubt.
Yeah.
How did the 33 degree 34 pm?
This is on calculator. If you take sine inverse, just press the button. I will tell you. First press
Okay.
shift sine
Yes,
inverse.
sir. Understood.
Okay, got it. So
Yes.
0.553099 you have to type, and then when you press equal, then you have to take that degree minute button. Okay, below square root, that you have to press it. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else have any doubt there?
No, sir.
No doubt. So there is one more question only. That's for the today's session. I'm not going to take more than one methods on the day. It's better you should focus. You should think on the problem and you should ask your doubts, because understanding is mainly the important. When you come across that situation, how will you handle that problem? That is important. Like here, the situation is in the pair of angles and side, one component is missing, and just you are using a sine rule. That rule should click in your mind, that yes, obviously in this situation it's better to use a sine rule. That should click in your mind. That is important. And other things are so simple, so trivial. I think 8 9 standard student also can do this calculation. Okay, that's so simple. But important thing is, yes, you should get the logic, use a logic and find out the correct formula to solve that problem. Okay, so that about the first question. One more question on it. Now here we are given capital B. Capital B means angle given. Small b is a side, small c is a side, and obviously the question is find capital C. So again, one pair of angle and side given, and in other pair one of the angle is a missing, so better to use a sine rule there. So first step, we'll write a sine rule. The sine rule will be like this: sine of capital C upon sine of small c is equal to sine of capital B upon sine of small b there. Now just replace all the angles that were given and we solve it for Sine of capital C. Okay, this is degree sign is not taken, so it gives an error. But remember, it is 33 degree 14 minutes, 70 degree 12 minutes. So there should be a degree sign there. Okay, next step, use a calculator, do this calculation. So if you do this calculation, sine of capital C will become like this. Multiply and divide these numbers. Sine of capital C becomes 0.5234695. So this is the value of sine of capital C. So tell me now two angles. Tell me the two angles. Use a calculator and tell me capital C.
Sir, 31 degree,
Okay.
30,
Uh, 31 degree
33.
33 minute.
Yes.
Okay. So anyone else? Is it correct?
Sir, it's correct.
Okay. 31 degree 33.9 minute I got from Millie here. Okay. Let me see here. So just calculator, but all of you are giving me only one angle. None of you said me the second angle also. So sine inverse is there. You should write two angles there. Remember, one is a theta and other is a pi minus theta. So the first angle, yes, 31 degree, 33.9 minute, correct? Yes. And 148 degree, 26.1 minute, that's from milli. Okay, good. So here, yes, correct answer. Good. So Ankit given 148.43 degree. Okay, so if you are in the degree, that's okay. That way also you can write it. So these are the answers that we have. Now tell me which should be the correct answer. 31 degree or 148 degree?
31 degree.
Sir, 31.
31 degrees, sir.
Again 31 degree. The reason is here, this is a 33 degree. For 33 degree angle, we have 80 degree side. So this side is obviously less than this side. So this angle, capital C, should be less than capital B. Capital C should less than capital B, and that is 31 degree there. And this way we get the answer. So capital C is a less than capital B, and 31 degree 33.9 minute is the answer there. That is the end of the question then. So anyone have a doubt here? Is there a doubt?
No, sir.